Welcome back to the podcast. Oh, I have missed you. I have missed us. I have missed us collaborating in the energetic sense, in the ethers together, whenever it is that this episode stumbles upon your vibration, your ears, your body, your light. It is so good to be back. I took an unexpected break. In April, I wasn't even sure if we were going to get an episode in April, but here we are. And it's funny because things are good, things are going great, things are busy, booked and busy. And it was funny because these little snafus kept happening in my world. I was locked out of my professional email for 4 or 5 days. I wanted to say quite a while. 4 or 5 days is quite a while when it's your work. And then my laptop, which is a nice MacBook and only 2 years old, completely went on the fritz. And so I again didn't have access to a few of my resources and had to deal with that over the course of a couple of days. And whenever these things happen, I just reflect to my inner light. And I was asking my guys what was going on, and they go, "You never really give yourself a break." I was like, "Oh yeah." It's so funny the different ways I've deconstructed all the things we've been taught about going and performing and output. And, even I'll teach what I learn and the path that I've walked. And then even I get caught up in things, right? So here we are. And it feels liberating and juicy. It feels juicy for us to be back. I have a really good energy activation that they like planted it in my brain, whichever chakra, a combination of a couple of them. And I'm excited about this one. I'm really excited about this one because we really are entering into a season of, it's not prosperity in the sense that we might think, but it is prosperity. And it's a sense of alignment and contentment and decisions from a place of a new type of confidence. I think within a lot of people who, you have the tools, you have the healing capabilities, you have the wisdom, and now all those beautiful things are going into your gorgeous, it's funny, I'm getting a visual of like a witch's pot, like a witch's brew, but positive. Maybe some of you see it differently. Like a couple clients, they see a lot of their collaborations happen in the clouds and in the sky and in the stars. Maybe you're just feeling it in your heart. And there's definitely a sense of strength and inner peace happening for people. One of the messages I'm channeling that's coming through right now, they are saying big changes abound. And it's cliche, but they say those changes will actually begin within us. They're letting me know, there's this, obviously that phrase of old habits die hard, but they're letting me know that some of our old habits that we've been struggling with individually for a really long time, it could be worry or anxiety, or it could be around, your finances or health or whatever the thing is for you, that these things are really going to be subsiding because of what we talked about before, that beautiful well of all of the things you've put together for yourself and that you're nurturing and growing in your life, and that only continues to expand upon itself. So, so beautiful. I'm already feeling my root chakra getting ready for us. So, as with all energy activations, these are intuitive guidance that are meant to help support and guide you, and you are responsible for your own energy. And if something else comes through for you that you're feeling called to listen to or to follow, you listen to your own intuitive guidance first. That is the rule of the game. And one of the things that I am seeing like gangbusters is this default switch that people are really looking to spiritual folks to have the answers for them and teach them systems. So people feel like they're breaking free from a system, right? Okay, I'm breaking free from the constructs of which I was raised, and then they're actually looking to jump into other systems and rules. And when you're on this path of understanding this beautiful energetic and spiritual side of yourself, in its most simplistic form, it's just you relaxed and trusting in you and God, love, the divine, whatever you call it. And when we have that, we don't have the systems and the plan as firmly in place. Now, it's my belief that given where we're at right now, we're meant to have that beautiful, whimsical, trusting, loving side of ourselves, and at the same time, have some systems that help us connect and meet each other and have a good time together and, take regular showers and stuff. If you're putting it all together. So, all right, that being said, it's not, it's funny. Spirit's kind of bringing up this point, this message that people kind of have a fear of being spiritually independent. Let me just kind of tickle this a minute and see what they're saying here. A fear of being spiritually independent. Interesting. They're saying people have a fear of being independently resourced. Let me see here. I haven't heard them frame it this way before. So I'm asking questions. If I don't ask questions, they probably wouldn't give me the answer. At least I don't think that they would. I almost know that they wouldn't. Free will. We have free will. Okay. So, okay. Oh, duh. So this gets into what our energy activation is. There are layers to our own personal understanding of our energy. And the layers start with, say, something outside of ourselves, like a religion, an organized religion, or around, I'm just learning that I can manifest. I want to manifest a blue book. I just want somebody to give me a blue book out of the blue. That's kind of fun, actually. Will someone manifest that and get back to me? That's fun. Okay. And then we think to ourselves, oh, wait a second, I feel this stirring within myself. I have these capabilities, and how am I responsible for this love that I have, or these gifts that I have? If you're experiencing energy or mediumship or anything like that, right? And you kind of start to panic a little bit because you're like, what does it all mean? What does it all mean? And then you get to this place in your life where you realize that when you gently cultivate this love within yourself and this light within yourself, not just when you're praying or meditating or out in nature, but when you're talking to people, when you're doing your job, when you're working with friends and lovers and partners and spouses and all that stuff, and you start to bring it into all of that, you really begin to realize that understanding your own sense of energy and having that clarity is the gift you are bringing into this world. So when you are within yourself, when you're cultivating your light and you're sharing it in loving ways with other people, that is the greatest connection that there is. So I'm asking them if there's more. They just said, of course there's more. Let me be more specific. Okay, if you ever chat back and forth with your guides, here, I say this out loud because it's a perfect example. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm like, is there more that's for that? It's good to share for this episode. This is actually really interesting to me. They actually are encouraging for you to explore, if you feel so inclined, during one of your meditations, like really kind of ramp up your energy. What would it feel like if your energy was a mini solar system? What does that feel like? And they're not letting me share what it will feel like for a lot of people, but they're saying that a lot of people forget that they forget to get to know their energy and that it's also a form of expression. And they say people often limit themselves in that we think we have to use energy for something specific. So a house clearing or pet communication or Reiki or something like that, and love all those things. But sometimes we just need to realize the power that is our own unique energy. Now, here's the catch. This is the catch-all of all catch-alls. I know why they're laying this foundation here is because when you kind of get into that form of how beautiful and clear is my energy, how fierce is my energy, what does my energy look like independently from things? That is just an opening. It's a shadow, and it brings you to more light. And They're saying that we can't have the greater interconnectedness that we're all seeking without understanding the truth of our own nature. I'm like, spread my arms out, letting my armpits air out a little bit. It's deep. We're going deep. So the punchline is, when you get to that point in your experience and you understand that experience more clearly, you then actually realize the greater connection that you have to the divine and everything else around it. So they're kind of encouraging this softness around really getting to know your energy and not fearing its uniqueness. Okay. So, this energy activation that I think I started 5 minutes ago, it's the energy. We're going to have you kind of like, so first feel into your light. Feel into your light. Allow yourself to just relax, unwind. Let your energy unwind. You know, sometimes when I let my energy unwind, I just kind of notice where my attention is drawn in my body or in my energy field. And sometimes I can just feel little parts of my energetic body just kind of like, just like letting the air out of something, or something's kind of like purging, or, a small door opens and like trash just gets tossed out. But feel into that, just relaxing. Like, we just want to relax your energy. And taking a breath in, we're going to take a beat and say, I set the intention, I am connected to my inner light. You can call it whatever it is that you want to call it. I always joke, we are not a cult here. So taking a moment and connecting to your inner light and saying, I set the intention, I am connected to my inner light, and I receive exactly what it is that I need to for my highest good. Taking another breath in, relaxing. Oh, yeah. And now we're going to say, I set the intention that divine light and love energy is run for me for my highest good right now. And taking a moment to kind of feel where that goes in your body. Notice how it maybe feels around your hips or your thighs or your knees or your shins, ankles. Is it rolling between the toes? Is it rolling through the tips of your toes? Through all your blood and bones and fascia, all of it. The muscles, the veins, the blood, all the beautiful aspects that make up our body, that make up the energy of us. And of course, there's the top half of our body, which has already been in receivership of this beautiful, beautiful divine light. And I'm going to invite you now just to relax a little bit more. And I want you to say to yourself, I set the intention. I envision my energy as a lively tree. And as we do that, I want you to take notice of where you might feel that in a chakra or a part of your energy, and you're looking for just an extremely subtle something. Maybe it's a knowing. Maybe it's a knowing. And while we're here, I want you to also pay attention to your power center, your power chakras at your core, and just acknowledge it. It's been working hard, lots of identity work over the last few decades. Spreading its wings. And say, I set the intention for what energy is this that they're calling in? I need a term for it. So the energy that's coming in is replacing an energy in your power chakra that feels a bit clumpy, gooey, kludgy. So, this energy coming in, if you think about how well you can't see through energy that's like that, the energy that's coming in is actually softening this and helping provide a lot of clarity. And clarity can also just mean that you have a greater understanding of self, that you are feeling more at peace with something. So we say we invite in this beautiful rebalancing energy to help my power chakra feel more clarity and more calm confidence. Oh, interesting. And strength in my knowing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love it when we do that. I love it when we turn up the dial on one of our the two intuitive aspects of ourselves. It was interesting. They just showed me like a big tube that would connect the chakras between each other. That's not what it actually looks like, at least not for me. Maybe it is for somebody else, but it was kind of fun. Okay. All right. And while we're here, just letting yourself take a gentle breath in, a breath in that feels really, really good for you. And relax. And back to this vision of the tree. I want you to kind of notice where the tree shines and where the tree is a bit more dim. So some of you just may kind of notice this with your imagination. Others of you just may know it through your inner gut and your knowing. And part of what we want to notice is that you and your energy are the whole trunk of the tree. And if there's leaves or blooms on this tree, this is the season of life that you're in. How you face the world forward, how you feel about yourself in the world right now. So I'll be curious what kind of trees y'all visualized, and what that might symbolize for you. And you have roots. You have roots in the earth. And these roots are connected to other roots, other trees, other vibrations of the earth, other beings, beautiful beings, beautiful beings. And let's kind of pay a little bit of attention to those roots. Hi, roots. We're just acknowledging them, saying hi. Hi, what's up? Breathing in, relaxing a little bit more. Maybe you notice the tree starts to gently move. And when you notice what parts of the tree might be a little bit more dim, it's an area for you to explore and say, oh, what's hidden here? What's hidden here for me? You can identify it. If you look at a tree, you kind of look at it as if there's the human chakras on a tree, right? And you could kind of, and down, the roots would be the root. And you can say, okay, so what areas were a bit dim for me? What needs a little bit of focus and love and attention right now? So this is the part where we tend to ourselves, even though we realize as a tree we are connected and our light and our love is connected to everything, but we are still a beautiful individual tree. Doing our thing. It's also interesting that the symbolism of a tree came through for this activation because trees are planted. And that is part of what this energy is telling us. Like I shared in the beginning, we are firmly planted in ourselves. We're firmly planted in the ground. We may move, we may change careers or jobs or partners or whatever. Things in life just may evolve. But you are deeply rooted. You are deeply rooted. So we're going to take a moment and say, I set the intention for openings, clarity, and attention on what it is that I could use some support with in the shadow parts of my personal tree. So, this is something you can journal on, you can chat with a friend, you can do your own personal meditation on. For some of you, it's just going to come to you just like that. One of the things we don't want to do is we don't want to think, oh, shoot, I have parts of me that are wrong. I have parts of me that need healing. Oh my gosh. No, this is just the natural evolution of our experience. It makes you brighter and happier and even more grounded as trees grow and they grow more layers of bark. Makes you even more in the sense of feeling good and happy and pleased with yourself when we address these aspects. You guys are smart, you know that. And then there is a group of people who are finding this work that I'm speaking to, where they're kind of coming from a place of, spirituality kind of, it has them back on their heels a bit, meaning they're obviously intuitive and they're smart in that sense, but they don't really realize yet that they're capable of moving and growing and shaking in a good way with energy work without the support of someone else. Now, I am the biggest fan of support from someone else, but we also want to remember to tend to our own tree. So we're going to finish with a little energetic shimmy. So hello, inner light. Please flow beautiful love and blessed energy through me. So that I feel good, whole, and complete. Thank you to Spirit for all of the support. And loving gratitude and excitement for the beautiful world of experiences that are on the horizon. It feels so good to be back. It feels so juicy to be with you all. And I now have a question section open. So if you want to drop your question in for me, I'll talk about it on the podcast. And if you share personal details, I have it in the notes, but if you share whatever it is you share, you're basically giving me permission to share on the podcast. So this isn't a time for like private sessions or anything like that. But if you have questions about just topics in general, any type of topics, and one of my favorite things is when someone comes in to a session with me and they say, I have a weird question. And in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, bring it on. And then I just assure them that this is the place to be weird and fully express yourself and ask all the things. One other thing I would love to share is the way we get really good at anything is through the process. And another funny aspect of spirituality is this idea of spiritual perfectionism or performance. Like you're just hit by lightning and you just all of a sudden know, or you went, to 3 years, you've been on your spiritual journey for 3 years and you're a master now. And, you can help all the people in all the ways. I think those days and those ideals are fading. And let's really open up this community, other communities, for those of you who are in many other communities too, but let's just open up the conversation for curiosity and growth together. Because that's what this is about. And sharing. We love to share. All right. Until next time, I will see you in the ethers, in one of my classes, in one of the meditations. Thank you so much for bringing your light into this space and into this world. It has been so great to connect here. If this episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who you want to have more of these chats with. As you move throughout your day, remember, your energy is your superpower. As you pay attention to it and trust it, you can watch your entire life begin to transform.